Welcome back, fellow Terra Crafters. Today we are going to do what we were discussing as we left the last episode. We're going to go up here, check out this cave to see if we can get our resources we need for the automated crafting, or excuse me, automated harvesters. Which I believe, if we look at right here, we're coming up on ore extractors. And then we're going to possibly hit that iridium cave over here, see if we can't get enough rods so that we can come back over here, make rods, turn the rods into those crafters, and then maybe work on some rocket engines. We are going to have to work on some power because we are very light right now. So let's go ahead and make sure we got food. We do. Let's grab an extra piece just in case we get caught out there for a little bit. And let's head out. Now we do have the rocket boots, or excuse me, the jetpack. We got that in the last episode. We are slowly working towards rain, water, and lakes. We right now it's still barren out here, sadly, but we're getting there. Now we did cross that 100 NK on heat in the last episode, and that's why I think this ice will be melted, at least enough so that we can get going and make those ore extractors. Something we definitely need. Since we need power, we need aluminum. Oh, looky there. So we do have a little bit exposed. So there's osmium. There's one. And let's see if we can't get some more in here. Not a lot, but enough. And there's the sulfur we need. So while we haven't opened it all the way up, we have opened it up enough to get a few pieces, and I believe we need two. We'll have to wait and see for sure, but I think we need two in order to make an ore extractor, and that appears to be it right now. So while we have some, we don't have all we need, but hey, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we got 4. Nice. So here we are. We are working on this. It's going to be a while for the backpack. We are working on the tier 4 heater again. It's going to be quite a while because it's PPB where we're at PPT. Now when this hits 1,000, it becomes a PPB. So long way away. And algae generators, again, we're pretty far away, but this isn't even important until we get lakes, which is a little bit away still. And then here's the ore extractor at 155. With the ore extractor, we can get the resources we need to work on rockets. With rockets, we can increase our heat and pressure, which helps increase this, and we slowly work our way up. Tier 4 heaters are really good to have. We're probably going to need to put out a few more of these to work on oxygen. So let's see here. We have 2 of these little heaters. I think they're just taking up resources at this point, energy. Let's reclaim that iridium. That way we can just take that back with us. And let's see what we can build right now. It's been a couple of days since I posted. I apologize for that. I had to go out of town for a day, but we're going to make up for it. Now here we are. Biodome. We still need to make the biodome. That creates a lot of oxygen but uses a lot of energy. We don't have much of that. We can still make these, but these are probably the better option to do. We need aluminum for either one. We need these. We need aluminum for those. So at this point, we need aluminum. So we're going to head back. Did it pop another one open? No, it's still right under there. Not quite. It'll be maybe about 1.3 MTI. We'll be able to get that piece. What we'll do here is put these resources up, come out, collect a little bit of resources to put out some energy, and then we will go put one down, start getting aluminum, we'll hit the iridium cave. Now let's check how our water collector's doing while we're out here. Got 2. We'll go drink one. Alright. So we got 14 now because we took away a couple of the little heaters. They don't do a whole lot. I mean, relatively speaking, they do put out some heat, but it would be better if we could get some of this. 2, 4, 6. I need 3 more. So I'm going to go ahead and burn one of these rods to make one more heater. We don't have the power for it. Great ideas fall apart quick. So we need 2. That'll give us 2. That's 2. So I think we have most of what we need to put at least one out. Definitely. What do we need to take 2 out? Just one of those. Should be easy enough to find. Always seems to be some laying around somewhere. I was trying to think of another crash site we could hit, just so we can do some exploring. But the big ones we've taken out, so that's 53. And to make one of these, we need 21. So we actually can make one more of these to get our heat going up. So let's do this and this. I believe that's what we need. Silicon. Now there we go. That takes care of that. We're looking towards liquid water. We're climbing slowly. When we look at this, the pressure is our slowest moving item. Biomass really doesn't affect us right now until we get this out, and we're gonna be working on this also as soon as we get that aluminum. I want to also put some of these out. This is where I want to put my big base over here. Start putting it out right over here. Put it up on a big platform and kind of build our base out. I need to be able to build 3 of them. And right now, we don't have enough super alloy. So between power and the resources, we're kind of limited. Now rockets are here. We have these. We have the jetpack 1. So I have an idea. Let's go collect super alloy while we're searching a shipwreck, and at the same time we will be getting some units for power. So we got 3. So we have 1 alumina left. I think that's it too. Plenty of water, plenty of oxygen. I'm going to put out 1 more power. And we're going to go to a little shipwreck. It has decent resources, but there's a whole lot of super alloy laying around. And that should give us some of the things we need, power-wise and everything else to go forward. Now, as we go, I'll be collecting the resources to build a little habitat. And we're going to go into that maze back here. Got 2. So let's get the 1 thing we need here. An extra 1 of those. Because we will need a storage container. And we need a crafter too. So that makes crafter. We got 1. We need a couple more. And then we'll be able to build a storage shed so we can clean out the little shipwreck and store it all. Now we've got things scattered here, way back there at that ship, and way over on the side where we found that free power. Let's see, here we go. With those, if we take those two down, we could make another rod. And we still have a few seeds we can deal with. And of course this. We need to take that back with us next time. Alright, let's go in here. Now, this is where we went earlier. We came back here, we grabbed a few minor resources right up through here. If you keep going back in here, I mean, it turns into a pretty good little maze. You see these little metal platforms up here, or walking girders. Might as well get this while we're at it. If you work your way back in here, we came out the side. You work your way back inside of it. We're going to get to a shipwreck. There it is, right up here. And I don't know the story behind this one, but it seems kind of oddball that they have all these girders laying around, and they just happen to lay in the right spot so you can walk across them, either by design or somebody was active for a little while. Now see here, these things are on the ground on these raised areas. And we can get a lot of those and start making our big base. I'm going to put this right here on the edge. We'll put it over here. And then right over here, we can put our storage unit. And then as usual, I always like to have a crafting table. That way we can make things if we need them. Alright, let's put all this stuff up. Take an oxygen just in case. You have to jump across there. There's a little hole you can fall through. Deconstruct a few things to get inside. And then we've got access to a chest. So let's see what's in here. Some good aluminum. A couple of seeds. Not bad. Here's another one. I usually find 2 or 3. That's a chip. We'll take the chip. And this is just a simple little chip with a decent amount of resources. Eventually, when we get the T2, we'll be able to come in here and collect some of these components. And then there's one here, and then in here, we got another possible chip. Yep. Sometimes you open that up and you get a uranium rod, and so far we haven't been lucky enough in that. So let's see what we have here. Got a little bit of everything. Got some chips. Let's see what we have in here. Let's put that up so we can get this box out of our way. Let's go empty real quick and we'll come back, clean the rest of it out. And wow, look at that. So much stuff that we've already filled a complete container. Drink. I have some silicon, which I don't. Interesting. Look, 4 of these already. Go to the back first, work our way out. Now you can come out the back right here and run over here. Now when you get over here, you see this up here? There's a lot of these just laying around up here. And it's definitely a good idea to pick them up and take them back. I mean, you did see us in the previous episodes. We crafted these using one of each resource. A lot of aluminum gets eaten up doing that. Let's see if we can jump. Oh, yep, we didn't make it. Oh well. In we go, back to the ship, the old-fashioned way. We'll get 1 piece of ice, and we'll go ahead and get 1 of these. I'm going to run over here and see if we get some super alloy real quick. Oh, there's that golden chest. There's one in every biome, from my understanding. So the ship's over there, it's way over down there. It's not going to be long and we're going to go on a collecting trip and we're going to collect those. So we can start using those resources that they have. At this stage, we may very well find iridium rods and even rockets and other things in there. We're going to run out of oxygen, so let's head back. Get our items back in here. So there's another 6, 10. That's pretty good. We can we can build 5 habitats of those advanced ones, and working on 6. But we're getting a nice amount of uranium, and we definitely need uranium to make a rod because we need more power. And right now, our best power source we've been using is this, but we want to use this. Now, see, it takes super alloy, takes a uranium rod. That takes 9 uranium, just like the iridium rod takes. Got plenty of, just a few trips here to clean it all out and put it up. Wow, it's a lot of stuff here. So we'll just go in here and get the rest. We got 1 rod there. That's always a good sign. All right, let's go see what we're going to take back. Head back to the main ship, and since we did unlock the ore extractor, it needs 40 energy. It does create pressure and heat, so it's actually it's triple duty. Not only gives you heat, 14, which isn't quite as high as this, way higher than this. But it also gives 12 pressure. If you look at this, pressure is 13, so almost the same amount of pressure. And the energy, if you look at it from this standpoint, that's 31. It gives a little less for a little more energy, but it's also pulling resources out of the ground. So it's definitely a good idea to use one. And we have 2 osmium back at the base. We have aluminum, super alloy and titanium, and the rod. So we're going to go put one of these in the aluminum fields. Let's go ahead and take all of these back and the aluminum. And while we're sitting here, let's go ahead and figure out what those chips give us. So one gives us agility boots 3, blueprint for a microchip, and a blueprint. Okay, so a few little items. Now here's something that wasn't in the game from what I remember back whenever I played through to butterflies. This right here. Movement speed 45%. I believe that speed on the ground is almost equivalent to the tier 1 jetpack speed-wise. Pretty close. So if somehow you didn't get the rockets, this would be your next best way of travel. And you do still spend some time running on the ground, even though you can fly across the skies when you're in ships running and stuff. So this definitely helps you there. The explosive powder, I believe we need the biodome for that. So unless we find an explosive powder, we've got to get the biodome so we can make the explosive powder. So let's see what else we're going to take. I'm going to leave back base resources, if I can, so that we can take these and the aluminum. And I really want to take these 4 and these. So I don't have enough space to take it all. So pick and choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about we do something else instead? can we make this? Silicon, magnesium, titanium. Oop, there it is. I think we can. And that allows us to do this. We have a uranium rod. And that clears out a lot of our resources. That's perfect. Now we can also eat. And we can now take these things back. And I'm going to take that 300, see if I can fit it in here. And one bean. Seems like a no-brainer to take the bean. And the water. I don't mind leaving the water back. I don't mind leaving the oxygen back. But actually we'll just take that. And I know I shouldn't leave that here, but I think right now, probably not to, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave it running. We need that power sadly right now. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Put this in here and then take our 3. There we go. So we're going to take back 5 and 5 and the rods. So we'll go ahead and run back now. Looks like we're getting an event. Now some of that stuff is just pure judgment call. I'm choosing to take back the rods and the uranium because I want to work towards the extractors and the rocket ship. But we need power, and the uranium rod allows us to build one generator. And that is, if I remember right, we'll look in a second, 86 power, which is equivalent to a little over 4 of these solar power generators. So here we are, we got 50. This gives us a nice whopping 86. Put up a few things. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need just the 3 and 2 water. And I bet you we have the water out here in our water generator. There they are. We'll go ahead and take all 4. Now I like to put mine on top. Not everybody does that, but I like to put mine on top. It's out of the way. You know it's there. But it doesn't take any space down below. So there it is. There's the first one. We got ourselves uranium power source. There we go. And when we look over here, we now have 137. Let's go make that ore extractor. Let's get what we need for it. We need this, 2 of these. I think we need that. And we need 1 super. And that's everything we need. So we are now ready to run. Get this food picked up. Oh, I didn't bring it back, did I? We will put this back. Now this is Tier 1 ore extractors. Tier 1 ore extractors are big improvement over having to run around and pick up resources, but there are limitations to them, sadly. They, when you put them out, will start collecting whatever area you're in. In this case, we are in the aluminum fields. Now see if this is, we'll pick it up. Yes, but it's not a perfect. So it will slowly mine ore, mine out of the ground and fill this box up. Its target is aluminum, but when it fills this entire box up, it's not uncommon that you only get 3-4 pieces of aluminum and then the rest is base resources. When we get later in the game, these are tier 2s, they always get aluminum and not the base resources. Way more expensive, way more energy, but that's how they work. So in this place right here where I've put this up here to basically serve as our storage unit, we'll put one of those crafting tables back here and we'll turn resources into super alloy, because we're going to use a lot of super alloy for a while, especially when we start building our main base. We're going to need 2 per. We're going to need a lot of base resources, obviously, and we're going to need to put down, I like to put down 6, so we're going to need 12 super alloy, which we pretty much have, but you still need super alloy for everything else you're doing. As such, we see. Alright, so let's see what we have opened that we can work towards. We can go ahead and build this, just so you can see what it looks like. Permanent base is where I want to put this, but I think we should open this up just so we can see, and I think we should do this right here. This takes 66 energy, which we should still have enough energy for. We don't have enough energy for all 3 right now, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and make this so we can show you rockets. And I need to get titanium and regular iron as we go back. And I always like to pick up a few silicon, as we have noticed in the past. If you don't get it when you can see it, you'll need it, not be able to find it. And see here, I'm running on the ground for short distances where I can fly. That's why I say I think that tier 3 boots would be a nice addition. So there's 3, and I don't mind getting a couple extra just because we still need them for other things. Looks like we're having an easy time finding titanium. Iron's proving a little bit more difficult. Let's look for it specifically. There's one. Alright, so if we're going to put one out, might as well put one out where I'm going to leave it long term. Make my base back over here. Might as well put our launch platform, let's put it right here. And eventually we might move it, but dang it, we need the 3. And hydration. We got plenty of water. And our food. Launch platforms 3, 3, and 3. 3, 3, and 3 with a piece of ice. I just grabbed the ice just to have it. Alright, let's build that thing. That is huge. Look how big the thing is. It takes a lot of space. So if we were to say put it right here, you know what, let's leave it back here somewhere. That can work. Right now the base is here. Eventually our base will be here, and we'll probably have to move that, and that's fine. We will move it. But for now we can go up and check this out. Oh, well, they don't fly off. Now right here is your platform, basically your control module. We can shoot off this one, tracks uranium asteroids. So when you shoot this off, we're going to get an event where a lot of uranium asteroids fall to the Earth, or excuse me, Mars, or whatever we're going to call it. It's going to hit the ground, and we're going to get to pick up a lot of uranium. So not only it costs us a lot to send it up, but we get a lot in return. And heat multiplier 1,000%. That's not a one-time event. That's permanent 1,000%. So huge improvement to heat. Then we have the pressure multiplier of 1,000. This generates iridium asteroids. Same exact thing. Whole bunch of iridium all over the place. So we'll run around and pick it up. This is the GPS satellite, Tier 1. Provides geolocation to the mapping screen, which we don't even have the mapping screen up right now. We'll do that soon. And then map information rocket. Displays points of interest on the map. That's how you find things you're looking for. But look at that. It takes a superalloy rod. That's 9 superalloy to make that rod, I believe. And 2 osmium, which we don't have a lot of right now. So let's work on these 2 rockets. We need 2 rocket engines, and then we need 4 superalloy. Look, I'm about to run out of oxygen. Alright, so 2 rockets. For the 2 rockets, we need 2 uranium and 2 rods, and we need superalloy. So let's see what we have. We can make 1, and we got a rod. We got one of those. So I'll say this, let's make the uranium rocket, the one that shoots off for uranium, and that way we can collect a bunch of uranium, make a rod, and have extras to make the rocket for this. And here's our other rod we need. So I did not memorize what's needed to shoot that rocket off. So the uranium, we need 3 cobalt. So 3 cobalt. We can find that down here quite easily, I'm sure. And we'll go up here and shoot one off, and let's see what it does. It's been a while since I've done this, so it's a little new. Maybe they've changed things too. All right, so here we go. Here we click, and there's the rocket. Fly around it, look at it. Solar panels on it for power. Not bad. Not bad looking. Alright, I'm going to get oxygen before I shoot it off because we want to watch where all the meteors hit. And just in case we get hit by one, let's take extra food. Alright, here we go. Didn't quite mean to eat it, but it worked. Alright, here we go. There it goes. We have launch. And there they are. Already got one coming in on us. Now they're going to fly all over the place, but we need to keep an eye on where they land. So one landed way back over there, one landed over there. We got another one coming in kind of towards us. Right over by the ship there. Ooh, right down below us. There's that one. Here's another one coming in. This one's going to be close. So we got a bunch hitting back there. So 3 of them are hitting back there. We got one that hit over there, one that hit back there. Let's see. I don't know how many that there are. That's 5, right? And that would hit way back over there. That's 2 back order. That's 6. 6, right? I think that's it. So they didn't change anything. That seems to be the norm still. So now let's go collect. We'll put that aluminum up so we can carry as much as we can. Go ahead and put this oxygen up. I don't want to carry too much. Alright, so let's run way back over here. Let's see what we got on the ground. That's another blueprint, another screen that popped up for us. And you can already see the green over there. That's uranium. We got a chest here we didn't grab. We'll leave it for now, so we can carry as much of this back as we can. Now it costs us 2 uranium for that rocket to make it uranium, and so we need to get 2 back just to break even on that cost. Some of this is hard to get into. And then we really want to make enough for the next rod, and we also want to collect enough so that we can make a rod and get more energy. Because as soon as we start making more energy, then we open up everything else we need. So here's one. And some things are hidden under the rocks. You may not be able to get to all of it, and that's okay. Because in a little bit, the rocks will disappear, and you'll find some laying on the ground. I don't remember. I think this is one hit over here too. Yeah. So we'll get as much as we can before we have to head back to our ship, unload, get oxygen. It's a good amount so far. That's a pretty good haul there. And like I said, we probably won't even get it all before the rocks start disappearing. Now this stuff will stay on the ground for a little while, and it too will disappear. So it is something that you have to jump on. You just can't go off and start doing other stuff after you shoot a rocket off. If you're after the resources, of course. I mean, I guess if you're not after the resources, you don't have to care. But I think most people would, at this stage of the game, would be needing that. Now, there was 2 that hit over here, but I don't know where they hit specifically. Okay, so one did hit right here. I was pretty sure there was 2 that hit. And I've seen them hit the ground inside this thing. Look at this. Almost impossible to get sometimes. But the rocks will disappear and you'll be able to get them. So that one did not look like it dropped too much, which is a little bit of a disappointment. Oh, there's some. I think some of the rocks are actually already disappearing. And then I swore there was another one that hit. And we're coming up here just to see if it hit somewhere back up on top. So I don't see it, but I swore 2 landed back here. Make a quick run around the top lip here just to see if it did land back here. We just don't see it. So I guess it didn't. Maybe they both hit in the same spot. Still probably can't get that one. Alright, can't get it. That's alright. We'll make a pass back here in a minute. There's one right here. And this might be the 2 I saw. Maybe that one and the one further back. And we got rain coming right now. So we must have crossed another threshold on our TI. Need to get some oxygen real quick.
and then we'll swing over and get those two that hit on that side, and then we'll probably be done with collecting, and then we'll work on making another power source. Might as well do that right now while we're here. 2 water. Here I said you don't want to get caught doing other things while it's on the ground. It won't disappear that quick. It will disappear, but it won't disappear that quick. So you do have a little bit of time. It's kind of like the regular meteors. They hit, the rare resources stay around for a while, then they start disappearing. The base resources typically stay until you log out. Now, maybe they have a time limit also. I just never seen it. So out here is yeah, there it is. Look like they all rolled down the hill. I like the rain. Has a nice little sound to it. Alright, so this one hit right back over here. It's nice when everything rows downhill. It does make it hard to pick some of it up though. If they're oh, wow, barely got that one. And if we can't get in here, like I said, we can just wait until it. We can just wait until it the rocks disappear, and then we can find what's left. It'll shine pretty and green on the screen. So let's go in here and let's just check our harvester just so we can show what's going on. Now look, almost filled the box, and look, 4 so far. So let's go ahead and let's get as much of it out as we can. And let's go inside, unload. And get it all out of there. Now see, that basically, it pulled 4 of these for us, which allows us to make some of the other things. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. That's 12 uranium, plus we already made 1 rod, plus we left some stuff behind in the other ship. So it's actually pretty lucrative. I was under the impression that you might get 15 or 20. It looks like we might have gotten on upwards towards 30. And we're not technically done because there's still some hanging where we can't reach them under a rock. Oh well. We'll come over here and see if these rocks have disappeared yet. And then we got, then we have the one to shoot up for uranium. I mean, excuse me, for iridium. And we might just have to wait a little bit. Well, let's do a couple of things while we're waiting. Take that back for the to make another rocket. I never, when I did the playthrough to Butterflies, I never liked shooting 2 up real quick. Just because you're trying to collect resources, and right now these resources are pretty important because we're still in the building stage. So we got plenty. Now see right there, with that, I'll put these 2 up. With that and that, and I think we needed one of those. I believe that was what we needed to make another rocket. So we already have the rocket ready to go for the next shoot. Let's see what we need for it. Alright, this is the one we shot up, and this is the one we're going to shoot up. Iridium. and we need silicon grit. Thing is, we need 2 super alloy, and if you noticed, we don't have the super alloy. We're down to 1. And this is what I was saying earlier. That harvester out there collecting aluminum and all those other base resources, it actually is something that will allow us to make a lot of super alloy. Now, there's still some more on the platforms back there. Don't get me wrong on that. And we can definitely go in there and find some more, which we'll probably do. Hydration loop, I do have water. It looks like we did collect all of the ones over here. Nothing new, nothing hanging around, nothing showing green. So it looks like we did get all of those. And you can tell the rocks are slowly disappearing from the screen. Okay, there's that all done. So we have a couple of pieces that were laying over here. Let's grab that while we're out here. Let's grab it. We are going to shoot that other rocket up. So I just wanted to make sure that we got all the iridium. And let's see how close we're getting. Halfway to the backpack. Finally got the PPB. We're working on the heat right here. And this is going to pop. We're going to pop algae before we have licks, from the looks of it. Now, heat is going up kind of slow now. And that's because we moved into UK instead of the original one. And this right here, 1.5, we're a sixth of the way there. So nuclear reactor 2 is going to take some time. All right, let's see if we can't get those last few pieces that were hiding under rocks. Still the rock on top of it. There it is. Okay. That's just one piece. I think that's all we had left over there. Might have had a piece over here. And if we do not, I thought we did, but maybe not. Oh, there it is. And I think we're going to grab the resources there to make a couple more super alloy using the aluminum that we've mined from the ground, and then can work on that next rocket. Get these multipliers up and get towards these next items as quick as possible. The bigger backpack will be awesome. That'll just give us more storage capacity. Did I miss one right there? Thought I saw something green on my screen. It could have just been the angle. Alright, drink water. Alright, so not bad. We made 3 rods. We still have 4 left. So that was a pretty good haul. Let's go ahead and get all of it out of here. No aluminum that time. Seeing that cycle so far. Alright, so 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of those. And that will make 2 super alloy, and we can shoot another rocket up and see how this one goes. So we made the equivalent of 3 rods, and that's pretty good return on investment. Super alloy. 1, 2. Some good things in there. Okay, we needed 3 of these to shoot the rocket off. 2, 4, 6. 4 more rockets. And I think that was it, right? Of course, the rocket. Take that one just in case. Let's go do this one, see how it works out. This one is iridium. That one looks very similar. No, look at that. There's no solar panels on both.
That wasn't smart. Forgot to use the rockets. That's fine. We got plenty of food growing here. I'll eat that, keep that one. That's what happens when you fall, by the way. In this particular playthrough, even though the difficulty is slightly higher than standard, that hurts. In a hardcore playthrough, that could be a game ender. And so we've crafted it. It's sitting here. Let's launch it off. Alright, so let's see what we have. Now I think after we collect all this, I'll call this episode, and then when we come back, we're going to start working on the new base and the biodome, so we can get those things going. We can start working. Also, they're going to hit the same area, way back there. Interesting. Oh, there's a new spot, way up there. Okay. So way back there and over there. So another one way back there. There's two back there. Oh wow, that hit the side of the mountain over there. There's two more coming in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 already. That's back in that area. And this is close. That's 3. Ooh, there's an extra one. So there's a little bit more here. Oh, 2 more. Way more than last time. That's back over there too. Well, that's back near our other base. And 1 in the starting zone. Is that it? So, little... Oh, for a second I thought that was heading right for us. Alright, so let's get some oxygen and let's go back over there and check that out. We'll go ahead and take all of that water out. So we had 3 over here. Now here's the interesting thing. As I said, eventually this will be underwater. I know I said that in one of the previous episodes. If the meteors hit in here and go underwater, that's where you'll have to go underwater to find them all. So let's see if we get 30 of these or so. It'd be nice. Wouldn't have to go into that cave and drain it out yet. So there's nothing over here that I can see. So up here. See how that looks? I imagine that would be hot if it was real. Huh. You'd think there'd be one in there, as red as it is, but... So one hit... I thought one hit up on top. Did I just miss one? I thought we had 3 over here. But I know one hit on the platform over here, up high. 6 so far. 7 and 8. Not a bad haul. Took us 10 to shoot each rocket up. So I guess to break even, we really need to get about 20 of these things. Though I would trade this for uranium any day of the week. Seems to be more sources of iridium in the game than uranium in the game. At least, unless they added more that I haven't seen before. Huh. That's odd that we don't have much. It's all in one spot. Wow. There's still more in there. Can't get to it yet? Alright, that's fine. We know where it is. We'll come back for it. Let's get our oxygen filled up. We are getting close. Spent a little more time than I probably should have.
1 rod. I know we already had these 4, but we need those. All right. So we've gotten 14 so far, and 1 hit over here. Now see, this would be underwater if we were to that stage. I don't know how much we're going to find in here, but it looks like some we might not be able to get to. Hey, I'll take that. Huh. Probably underneath there somewhere there's some. We'll have to wait for the rocks to disappear. And 1 hit way back over there in the corner on the other side of our base, or around the corner of our base. Looks like an event's about to happen. Kind of eerie looking out there, like it's on fire. Huh. Interesting. Now did we? There it is. Okay, it did hit right here. It's a good area. Good amount. Oh wow, there's still uranium under there. Huh. Get some oxygen real quick. That's 11. That's 25 total, counting the haul earlier. So it is a good investment, the rockets. I know we burn up superalloy, quite a lot of superalloy. Superalloy can be made by that little harvester out there, and I will probably place a second one out there. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. We'll take that. We can make so much superalloy if we put a second one out, get that aluminum going. We won't hurt for it. And we had 3 that landed back in here, which tells me we're probably going to fill our backpack up. There is a nice amount sitting here on the ground. This is probably what we classified as the more tedious part of the game, running around collecting resources and such. I promise later in the game it's not as bad. You get the ability to harvest these resources right here. I mean, even in that iridium cave that we haven't walked into yet, I can't get it. There we go. You can put down that harvester in there and get iridium out of the ground. Tier 2s get it all the time. Uranium, there's a couple of uranium caves. Same thing. Put in the more advanced harvesters and you will pull that out of the ground. So your resource gathering is popping to base to base to base and grabbing what you can find. Not, we are full. So the tediousness of it disappears. So it's like any other crafting, building, survival game. Early on, you're struggling for resources. Later on, they're in abundance. But you have so many things to build, so many things to pay attention to that there's a whole new aspect. We just opened up the biolab. That is actually not in this string right here. The bio lab is open, I believe, because of the biomass, and this is where you start making some of your items to move on towards creatures and things in the game. So this right here and this right here are the two things that we're going to be focusing towards next. Right after we get super alloy, because we need a bunch of it, and it will not be a problem, trust me. We'll get another harvester out there, and then this will not be an issue. So we got 6 of these. We've got 4 rods, 2 osmium. We can make another harvester. Look at our food. I do want to put out a couple more food generators too. Mainly because we put out enough for sustainability. We didn't put enough to get way ahead. So let's just real quick pop one of them out. We need water and we need a piece of iron. Piece of iron. Get some water. We're going to need a lot of water as we go. That's why you see me collecting it. Now I know we have plenty of power. We just put out a couple of those big generators. We'll just put it right here so it's lined up with these. And we'll put a bean seed in, which I knew we had. And that will raise us above general sustainability. So before we log for the day, we're going to run one more time around, make sure we got everything. I'm going to double check just to show you where we stand from a TI terraforming standpoint. We're working on lakes right now. It's a slow go, mainly because our heat's low. Our oxygen is definitely low. Pressure is doing great, but we need more heat, so we need one more of those. We need more oxygen, which we'll do these. We have plenty of energy at this point, and we'll get that number up. So let's go check our last resources. Next episode, we'll put out some oxygen, we'll put out some heat. We'll start building our base over here, moving things across. We'll put out that biodome and the other biolab. And since we're going to have lakes forming, we'll start seeing this fill up with water. And it'll be slow at first, and then you'll see little pools, and then next thing you know, we'll have full-on lakes. Does not look like we have any resources in this area that dropped. Looks like we did a pretty good job of cleaning it out a while ago. And we'll just run around and make sure we didn't miss anything. And yeah, we did. And we'll work from there. Now, I think from a standpoint of tediousness, because collecting resources is kind of tedious and not a fun aspect of the game for a lot of folks. I may pull power so we don't increase TI and just run around and collect some resources to make it easier. Look, here's a pool of water already, just so that it makes it easier for us to advance. But I don't want the TI going up while I'm doing it, because I think it's important to let y'all watch things happen as they happen. So I might do something like that just to move the story along, but not let the TI continue while I'm doing it. I can easily do that by pulling a couple of the uraniums, and especially while we're close on energy. And it got odd out here. I've not seen this color before. It's amazing. Like a real dreary day. But I won't go into any new areas. Oh, we open up the algae generator, and we'll soon be able to use that since we are currently building up lakes. So we need to get that part going. We need to get that part going pretty fast, so we can start opening up all the new crafting options and start making more oxygen Yeah, you can see it on shimmering on the ground out here. Wet sand. Looks like we collected everything out here. I do like this, the rain. You would think that right there would turn into water falling off of it instead of sand. Just, oh, and right over down here, you'll start seeing water fill this up. You can see it splattering on the ground right now. And we got one more area right over here that a bunch of junk fell. But it looks like we got everything. One, two, just two. See, that's what I'm saying. So if we put everything, we got two, 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 and two. So that'll make 2 superalloys. It's not raining now. Kind of like our weather out here the last few days. One day it's really cold, rainy, dreary the next day, 50 degrees warmer. Go from sweaters and coats to shorts and t-shirts. Maybe we need to terraform this place. Alright, so we got all the resources, but look out here. See, got pools of water already forming. Now, all of these things like this, they're going to be underwater. And once they start being underwater, you can't access them. Once they like barely tag underwater where the water's right above the top of it, you can't get the resources until you're underwater too. So, kind of a oddball thing that happens. I'm gonna check in here. I think we took everything. One food. This actually quits working as soon as it's underwater. It quits working. No more oxygen if you come in here. All this stuff also quits working once it's underwater. So we will have to come out here and pull that and get it out of this area ASAP before it winds up underwater. You can't utilize it until you can actually pull it up later. And I mean, that's pulling so little power and providing so little power. It's kind of not beneficial to have. I would like to put another one of these out just for the pressure standpoint. Plenty of power, plenty of that, plenty of everything else. We got you know what? Let's just do that real quick. We got the power. Why not increase our pressure real fast by just dropping one of these out? And we'll just stack it right up here with the rest of them. Perfect. And now we got a little bit more pressure going. Heat's our problem. Still got 88 on power. So I think what we'll do is we'll just call this episode right here. I appreciate you watching. When we come back, we'll work on the bio stuff and watch the lake fill up. Y'all have a great day. Catch you on the flip side.